What's up, Dolphins Nation? We're back on this awesome Victory Monday. Today we're going to be talking about the Dolphins-Patriots game, what we liked, what we didn't like, what we would like to see better. But before we start, make sure you guys subscribe, like, share the channel. Almost at 300 subscribers. We're going to be talking about what most people are saying was a good, other saying it was a bad game for Tua. We'll talk about that later, though, in the video. So first we're going to start with the defense. They had a great game. 3 turnovers, an interception, 2 fumbles. One of them was by Kader Kohu, which is the undrafted rookie. Had himself a great game that really sealed the win on that great play, forced fumble. Xavier Howard had a great play on Devontae Parker for an interception that for Javon Holland, he broke up the pass and then took it back to like the 25-yard line. And then Brandon Jones, Boyer did a great job disguising there. Brandon Jones was like 7 yards deep, came creeping up. Right when he snapped it, he popped Mac Jones, and it was a scoop and score for Melvin Ingram. Emmanuel Ogbah had himself a good game, a sack, stopped the run game a bit. But on the other side of that, Jalen Phillips, I saw him dropping back into coverage, over pursuing a bit, wasn't really able to get pressure on the quarterback, Mac Jones, but I just didn't really like him dropping back. We saw him allow a touchdown to the running back. So, yeah, hopefully either that was just one play. I wouldn't really want to keep seeing that. I don't think that's his specialty. But yeah, Xavier Howard on the back end, he had a great game. We talked about that. Special teams had a great game. Morstead flipped field position, and Jason Sanders looked like his 2020 self and had a great game. We're going to talk about the offense now. Tyreek Hill had 8 receptions, 94 yards, and Jalen Waddle had 70 receiving yards, and in total 78 yards, had one rushing attempt for 8 yards. Gesicki didn't really he had 1 reception for a yard. Concerned about that. If we keep seeing, it is the first game, but if we keep seeing that low amount of targets, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded him, especially that he's on the franchise tag, or wait till the offseason and let him walk. But now we're going to talk about Tua. You know what? First, let's talk about the running backs. Actually, we saw Chase Edmonds. He was more of a threat on the receiving end. Running game didn't really get going. Mostert had a nice play where it was a flat and Tua threw it to him. He broke a tackle, juked the defender, got a first down. That was nice. Offensive line. It's definitely true. Teron Armstead does make this offensive line different, but they didn't look awesome, but they didn't look as bad as last year. But hopefully that group works together more. Okay, now to Tua. Tua went 23 for 33, no interceptions, 270 yards, a touchdown, and a few decisions that were very questionable. Now he had 1 sack that he took. He could have gotten rid of it, held it too long, and then and then 2 other ones where he just threw it away, or threw it to the ground, almost fumbles or turnovers. And then another missed. He had Tyreek open on the crossing route. I think it was it was a rollout play where he faked the pitch and then rolled out. But he had Tyreek going across wide open. Might have even been a score, 60-yard touchdown. But those were just a few. He didn't make any mistakes, but a few things I would like to see him correct. Decision-wise, and maybe not looking at your first option, seeing if you have a better option on that play. But something that we're gonna talk about. So yesterday, the yards per pass attempt for him was 8.2. And in 2021, last season, it was 28th in the league, 6.4. So that's a big difference. And he had a good game, but a lot of people saying that he had a bad game. He's not the future. We don't know if he is or isn't yet, but a lot of people. Justin Herbert, an example. Yesterday he had a good game, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? And people are praising him. He is a great player. He's shown through his NFL career as of now, he's shown that he's better than Tua. I'll give him that. He's a top quarterback in the league. Doesn't mean Tua can't be one, though. Yesterday, there's people make it like if it's a huge gap of, Justin Herbert throws for 9 more yards than Tua, and is throwing about the same yards per pass attempt. The Chargers, the same exactly actually. The Chargers had 8.2, same as the Dolphins, and on team yards per completion. So how many yards they got per completion? 10.5 for the Dolphins and 10.7 for the Chargers. Now, Herbert did have 3 touchdowns, but people, I think it's this big thing that Tua hasn't played better than Herbert, that they decide to diminish what he does. He had a good game yesterday. Not a great game, not a bad game, a good game. And for those saying that it was a bad game for him, a bad game, 270 yards, I can only imagine what a good game looked like. And that's that over, I believe it was 179 yards for Tua. We're in the first half. So imagine if they had a little bit more, longer sustained drives in the second half, more of the ball, time possession, because the Patriots did have the ball for much more time. But yeah, I think he did have a good game. He got Waddle involved. Not as many targets for Waddle, though. He had that really nice throw across the middle, which 4th and 7, 18 seconds to go in the first half. You're up 10-0. You're at about the 40-yard line. Not in field goal position, not where you want to punt, so they go for it. Here's the thing. If you don't get that, you give the Patriots the ball there. 2 plays, little out routes, whatever, field goal. That changes the momentum. So yes, that play was I couldn't believe it. That really he went for that. We haven't seen that trust in Tua. He threw a dime over the middle. So that I really did like to see. But yeah, that connection between him and Waddle is still elite like last year. But on the other end, with Tyreek Hill, we saw him, we didn't see the offense go completely off, but we saw Tyreek Hill make a huge difference. He was, I think it was his first 8 routes, he was targeted 5 times. We saw him get involved in different ways. His yards per catch was 11.8 yards. His longest was 26. I think that was on a comeback route. Targeted 12 times. He did have a rushing attempt. I think it was like a sweep. Not a sweep. He came in motion. Tua handed it off to him. I like that play. I would like to see more of that. Just more blocking down the field and maybe more misdirection. We did see a difference though with McDaniel's scheme of things. So I liked how he got to some of the more easier throws. And some it wasn't just dink and dunk. He pushed the ball down the field. So like I said in my prediction, I would like to see them push the ball downfield. Tua pushed the ball downfield. And he had a good game. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and remember to subscribe.